This is Adam Gellin, the Education Outreach Coordinator for the Comfort Lake Forest Lake Watershed District. I'm going to walk you through the 2025 Education and Outreach Implementation Plan. Board members, in last month's packet, you got the full implementation plan. The video in front of you right now, we're going to kind of go through the highlights. Again, kind of the outreach and education, the guiding documents, big picture, water management plan, 10-year, general focus, kind of program goals, big picture. Then we go down, focus that down to the comprehensive education and outreach plan. That's a 5-year plan, more strategies, kind of program strengths, areas of improvement. And then the 1-year education outreach implementation plan, specific actions, activities, and then tracks the program metrics that were developed. In the education outreach implementation plan, staff at that time kind of developed the implementation plan, and that included the tracking the program metrics and then providing specific actions and activities. Again, these are goals to achieve the 2 watershed management plan goals for education outreach, which is increasing the public knowledge and kind of the appreciation of the water resources. And goal 2 is communicate the district programs, projects, other initiatives. So goal 1, kind of increase knowledge. Folks can see their role, their effects on the water quality, and make decisions to change their behaviors that will positively impact those water resources, hopefully. Goal 2, what's the district got going on? Programs, projects, other initiatives, kind of highlighting those and getting those in front of people. The tracking the metrics. So in 2023, when the Education Outreach Comp Plan and Implementation Plan were first kind of developed, the baselines were established in 2023, or the best they could. If those weren't established in 2023, 2024, we tried to use some metrics. And if we modify those, again, adaptive management is always happening, we might have new metrics in 2025. So a working document, adjusting, learning as we're going, adaptive management. The tracking metrics are included in the full report in the board packet, what you got last month. We're not going to go through each metric, but you certainly can reflect back on those and look at those. We're going to evaluate those again in 2025 and every year after that, and kind of adjust through adaptive management. What's working, what's not working, what should we be tracking better, kind of fine-tuning things. Program priorities. So education outreach staff communicated with all the departments, all the other staff, and kind of highlighted activities, needs, wants of each department or each area for 2025. We'll kind of run through those quickly. District rules, nothing kind of popped out of anything that education outreach kind of needs to work on or implement there. Permitting, a lot of updating the flyers, updating the brochures, so the informational materials, promotional materials, the tools and rules packet that we have, revising that, and then the new landowner packets, which we'll have rolling out, create a permitting section, kind of fine tune it a little bit more. Monitoring, so monitoring and data assessment, the materials for the CAT volunteer program, develop those, implement promotional materials. Again, a lot of flyers, brochures, that kind of stuff. Chloride volunteer monitoring program, going to expand that. So we need more materials, brochures, flyers, social media posts, website, all that kind of stuff. Each lake, we have informational brochures. We need to update those. It's been a few years on those, so we're going to definitely update those. And then homeowner association, the BMP maintenance for their best management practices, develop some materials for those. How can folks keep an eye, or those communities keep an eye on their BMPs and monitor those and report, ask for help if need be. Non-point source, again, materials, cost share programs, highlight our new cost share programs, certain emphasis, a very specific emphasis on natural shorelines. It's a big push for 2025. Again, the tools and rules, kind of that we have a shoreline version of that, or a guide. We'll update that. Education outreach, a lot there. Again, kind of a newer program. We're expanding more and more. I think 2025, in my opinion, in my efforts. We're going to try to do a lot more events. Like 2025 is going to be a big year of events for the district. So trying to increase the amount of workshops, classes, events. Our branding standards, we have those since 2022. We're going to maintain those, implement those, make sure that goes on all the materials. Standard signage is a big push this year, getting some project signage out there. The board has talked about border signage. We're working with other entities on that, trying to get kind of a priority list of projects that need signs and get those out there. Student engagement, increasing with engagement with local schools. Big push for that fall into winter of 2025. We have a lot of great schools within the district, several right on the border. We don't do a ton of youth education, or we haven't historically, so doing more and more youth education. Coordinating with grant staff, need to identify some unique grants. There's certainly lots of education outreach grants out there that might not be water quality or like they're going to be, we need to get creative on some of these education outreach grants. Think outside the box, think outside the typical grants that watershed districts get. Website maintenance, always ongoing. We've made some changes this year, see how we're doing with analytics, tweak that a little bit, increase it. Social media presence. Again, we have a calendar of social media for Facebook. How can we tweak that? What have we learned? How can we improve that for 2025? Increase algorithms, increase attendance on our Facebook social media. Social marketing campaign, to me, is one of our big pushes. Let's use Constant Contact fully. Get some more landing pages, get some more email lists out there, connect with folks on social marketing, email campaigns. Very effective and very cost effective. Interagency, so we're meeting with the other agencies, with the local cities. How can education and outreach continue supporting that? Strengthen the communication channels. Research, none that was identified. Progress, kind of the water quality goals, the delistings, we'll have a handful hopefully in 2026. So get ready for those, promote those a little bit. And a report, progress report, I think we should have that more available. More people should be aware of that, especially on the website, social media. And then focus kind of little chunks from within lake management districts, highlight different aspects, activities, water bodies within those specific lake management districts. Grants and research, kind of working with the grant staff to incorporate funds for education and outreach into those applications. Ensure we're kind of updated on our websites, our project signage, appropriate grant funding sources and our partners, acknowledging who we need to acknowledge on our different materials. Operations and maintenance, update our logo. So middle of the year, we'll switch out of the 2025 into the end of the year. We'll be into our 26th year at that point. And then branding on district equipment, more signage out there, more informational materials so folks know here's a project site, here's the equipment that's there, that's the watersheds, our vehicles, logos and signs on there, kind of promoting. People drive by, see something, they know it's the watersheds or the watersheds out doing good stuff. AIS, big push on that as well. Keep promoting brochures, flyers, websites, social media, that kind of stuff. Our public access points, so our watercraft inspectors, where they're working the lake accesses, what can we do there for materials? Tabling events, we get a lot of requests for invasive species materials, so create brochures, flyers, handouts, activities, youth activities, so some games. For example, when we're doing the Art in the Park at Forest Lake, we have a youth activity or youth event there that focuses on AIS. And then the tools and rules packet and the new landowner packets create and revise the information that's in there. Most up-to-date. Land acquisition and management, again, the informational signage on the project areas. The floodplain resiliency awareness, materials, handouts, flyers, promoted on the website, social media, things like that. General project management, we have kind of standardized outreach initiatives and awareness. Promote that, work on that. Standard project signage is going to be a big push in 2024 or 2025, excuse me. Kind of the priority areas, where's the high traffic, where are we going to get the best bang for the buck on these signs, and get them out there. Highly visible projects, starting with their border signage. We're going to work on that a little bit. We've hit a few road barriers, hiccups on that. See if we can work around those a little bit. And then floodplain, I already mentioned this a little bit with the floodplain resiliency. With the lakes, we're going to try to promote some of the projects that we have out there. Little Comfort, the Heath Avenue Iron Enhanced Sand Filter. Definitely promote that, create some materials, have handouts, have some workshops on that if we're ready for that necessary. Forest Lake alum treatment, again, highlighting once we get the monitoring data most up to date, promote that, see where we're at. We have a couple workshops in the plan already on that. School Lake, the Ag BMPs, Moody Lake Ag BMPs, North Shore Circle Park restoration. That's another one. Like, let's do a workshop out there. Let's promote it. Let's get some folks out there checking it out. Really quick, so I kind of summarize, these are our bigger events, our bigger workshops and events that we have. To keep it from being super busy, I kind of broke them down into quarter. So winter, quarter one, we're going to certainly keep doing our community education classes and workshops. They continue to be popular. We continue to get more requests for those. The Watershed Connection series that we started in 2024, we're rolling it out more and more in 2025. Our first one, cart management, was last week. We had good attendance on that. Spring e-newsletter in March. So we're going to do 4 newsletters, 3 of which will be e-newsletters, and then we'll do 1 print one. We'll use Constant Contact, Facebook, website, really promote these e-newsletters. Again, more cost effective and cost efficient for us. Floodplain resiliency workshops, we have those in February into March. We'll promote those. We're working on an ice heave workshop. We got a lot going on Forest Lake with ice heaves, so we're working on a workshop in there, looking like end of March, give or take. So working on venues there a little bit. Chisago Master Gardeners, we have a tabling event, and I'm speaking at that event in March. We also have the Forest Lake Chamber Expo coming up in March. We have a table at that and speaking at that. As it warms up a little bit in the spring, we'll keep doing community education classes and workshops. This is probably our highest demand time, is in the spring for those. The Watershed Connections, still going into April. We're working on our own shoreline contractor workshop, probably in April. Really focus on the contractors that work within the watershed. So the ones that we know working on Forest Lake, on Bone Lake, on Comfort Lake, and try to do an event for them. We're going to do pontoon tours on all 3 lakes. So Bone Lake Pontoon Tour in June. We're also going to do a demonstration tour with some shoreline restoration sites on Bone Lake. And then Forest Lake Art in the Park is June, July, August, every Tuesday. So those start rolling out in June. Then we get into the summer, 3rd quarter, Comfort Lake Pontoon Tour, Forest Lake Pontoon Tour, both of those looking at July dates. Moody Lake Projects Tour, so up in the Round Barn area, let's do a tour up there. Get to see the different BMPs we have up in that area. Again, Forest Lake Art in the Park is going all summer. We're going to do a fall e-newsletter September-ish. State of the Watershed. I'm proposing that we do State of the Watershed every year. I think it's a great event. We got a lot of interest in it. We did get a lot of interest last year. Let's keep that up. It's a great event to get everybody together and highlight the work that the Watershed's doing. We have the Youth Waterfest in September. Chisago, we've been invited to the Metro one, so we'll expand our efforts there. And then I'm proposing late summer, so September, end of August, September. Let's really get out into the schools, work with the teachers, start doing more and more school activities and youth engagement. October, November, December, try to catch our breath a little bit. Still doing a lot of community ed events, workshops, really pushing the school events, getting in there, doing youth activities. I'm proposing doing a winter webinar series, and that will be offered in the district plus wide. So it's going to be more broader topics. And then our e-newsletter December-ish. Ongoing initiative, kind of those campaigns that we always have going on. Social media posting. Again, every weekday we have some sort of post going out on Facebook. We'll look at Instagram a little bit. Maybe we can revive that. Media article distribution schedule. So I've communicated or talked to all the papers. And every Monday we are sending an article to the different papers. It is again up to them whether they put those articles in there, but we're providing them more information, more materials on a rotating schedule. Of course, if we have news and events come up, we'll certainly send those out. But we're going to do a consistent article schedule. We'll keep doing the monthly Lake Association emails. Those continue to be popular. We now have Moody Lake in that mix. New landowner packets, so we're kind of finalizing that. The game plan, we spoke with several of the lake associations, kind of seeing what they're doing. How can we help them out and create our own at the same time? Social marketing, using Constant Contact a lot more. More landing pages, more focused email lists. Currently, we have the board meeting materials, we have news and events, and we have natural shorelines. Those are our three kind of email lists. I think we could expand that even further. And that's all I got. Questions?